In the movie, more money, more money, more money. MJF says AEW is now paying him a stupid, absurd amount of money as he appeared on the MMA Hour on Monday. I'm Todd Tanner. This is Wrestling News Now. Kind of being blinded by this light here. Let's talk about this story. Let's get right down to it. MJF says he didn't sign a contract extension with AEW, but is now being paid a stupid, absurd amount of money by the company. The 26-year-old appeared on the MMA Hour on Monday with Ariel Helwani. MJF's last appearance on the show drew controversy, as he had not received approval from AEW management to take part in it. MJF addressed this at the start of the show. Did PR get a little upset that I didn't clear it with them? Yes. Does PR now have absolutely no choice just to salivate at the fact that MJF is leaving his house to do an interview in regards to Arthur Ashe? Yes, because things have changed a little bit, he said. The ball's in my court, pal. That's what's changed. What does that mean? Let's talk now. I'm one of the biggest ratings, not just in AEW, but in all the professional wrestling, minute for minute. If you don't believe me, hit up Brandon Thurston. He's a great guy, puts up a lot of great information. MJF also asked about not having signed a contract extension with AEW and the bidding war of 2024. I go where the money is at. Whoever is going to offer me the most amount of money is where I'm going to go. That could be anywhere. Hell, if there's some financial backer out there that wants to start his own wrestling company and use me as the figurehead, that's where I'll go. It's that simple. That's all I care about is money. You know, just a side note, Kevin Nash, during his popular run, during the main time of his career, he was the same exact way. Wherever the money was going, that's where you would find him. Now let's get back to MJF. Helwani also asked MJF about reports over Double or Nothing weekend that he had purchased a plane ticket out of Las Vegas. I cannot confirm or deny there being a plane ticket. What I will say is this: I'm a businessman. I do what I have to do in order to ensure that what I need gets done. It got done. I'm back. I'm making a stupid, absurd amount of money now, and I don't have to sign a contract extension. MJF was then asked where he went and what did he and what he did while he was away from AEW over the summer. He mentioned taking a 2-week trip to Greece and Italy with his fiancée, but spent the rest of it at home. I then went home and I stayed home. I did not leave my home because I did not want one single solitary wrestling fan to see me out in the wild. You know why? Because they don't deserve to see me unless I'm getting paid to be seen. I was committed to making sure that if any wrestling fan wanted to get a taste of MJF, MJF needed to get that money, and he did. He also confirmed that he did watch AEW while he was away, but felt the product had a void without him on it. I think, and I say this with love and respect, we have a lot of great stars. We have Chris Jericho. We have John Moxley. We have Bryan Danielson. Hell, another great guy. There's this guy, very scary, intimidating looking guy, Brody King, I believe is his name. He seems like a top tier guy. But if we're being honest with ourselves, the show felt like it had this big, fat, gigantic void. And I firmly believe that I was that void. And if you look at the numbers now since I'm back, it's very clear I was. Helwani also asked MJF about Cody Rhodes signing with WWE. The American roller coaster did what he had to do. He's a businessman just like MJF. I don't blame Cody Rhodes for his decision. Cody Rhodes did what's best for Cody Rhodes. And MJF always does what's best to MJF. So kudos for him. MJF was then asked what he thought of Rhodes wrestling with a torn pec at Hell in a Cell. Incredibly brave, incredibly brave. He responded. Helwani then asked MJF if he would have done the same thing. Absolutely not, MJF responded. Here's what would have happened. I would have asked for my money. I'd go in the ring and then lay down on my back. Technically, I completed, he continued. MJ offered no comment regarding the melee backstage at All Out. I cannot comment on the press conference. All I can say is this. I don't deal in rumor and innuendo. When Helwani asked MJF couldn't comment on the press conference, MJF simply responded that he didn't want to. My partner, let me read that again. When Helwani asked MJF couldn't comment on, and he asked him why he couldn't comment on the press conference, MJF simply responded he didn't want to. There was a lot of things said. It doesn't apply to me. It doesn't concern me. And again, I'll tell you why. And I'm going to use numbers because numbers don't lie. That's a fact. Numbers are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings. When MJF goes out there, I pop a huge number. We just killed it in the ratings, second week in a row. Again, if people leave, come, go, stay, people are going to step up to the plate. We got massive stars in our company, so I am not concerned in the least. I'm not going to comment on what was said because it doesn't apply to me. But I will say is, our company, again, numbers don't lie. Our company is great right now. When asked how he felt that the altercation at All Out took away from his return to the company, MJF responded that he does not believe it did. Do you hear the reaction? Did you hear the reaction following Dynamite? Did it sound like it took anything away from MJF? When I watched the locker room and I watch the boys and I see how they react to certain situations, it's a team atmosphere. Everybody wants to see three letters to be successful. The only three letters I care about are MJF. But everybody in AEW cares about AEW letters, and I think it's palpable. When you watch our show, I think you can feel that when people go out there, they are giving it 110% because they want to not just raise themselves up, but raise this brand new baby because we're a baby. It's a 3-year-old company. They want to raise this baby up like in the freaking Lion King on top of the rock. I read stuff online. I chuckle. It's ridiculous. Everybody wants this place to be successful. MJF wants MJF to be successful. But the locker room wants AEW to be successful. It's a team atmosphere. MJF would offer no comment when asked if he felt AEW needed CM Punk. He would continue to say his feud with Punk was one of the greatest in history. However, what I will say is me and Punk had the greatest feud in the history of the company. And I do honestly think it will go down as one of the greatest feuds of all time. MJF, love him, loathe him, or hate him, he's the best thing going as a heel in AEW. I'm Todd Tanner for Wrestling News Now.